Okay. don't know why I got that. That's how you agree. Oh! What are you playing with? Quarter go there. Quarter. Something like quarter. Oh yeah, I dropped that. I remember now. Trust. God doesn't for trust. Even in 2025, our currency still says on God we trust. That's awesome. What's she doing? Doesn't count. Yeah.
And prejudice. Social media. Per God, only 30 minutes of social media, not time we are at IHOP. I'm watching Return of the Jedi. 2:55 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Leia just met Wicket A. Warwick. I downloaded an AI personal assistant that I will name R2D2 for my phone. Last edit, February 6, 2024 at 8:15 p.m. by admin. Administrator. On my laptop right now to allow me to continue watching the Book of Boba Fett before bed. Watch Ancient Aliens. I couldn't make much sense of it, but now that I have the Master Keys, the Book of Mormon and the Book of Enoch, every piece of the puzzle falls into place when I watch it. But they need to stop trying to force-feed their facts into the evolutionary geologic column Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age model, because then the pieces don't fit. It only fits into a non-progressive, non-evolutionary historical model. I still have pizza left. Steve gave me 60 the box of boxes under the shelf in our closet. Satan and his agents got me fired from my job. Why God would allow me? I mean, that is, Lord's Day, September 8th. My watch is 1 day fast. Father by Olive Branch Fellowship. I called Cindy around 2 p.m. and she wants me to call Rick around 4:30 p.m. Me, Cindy, and Rick are going to Walmart, then I hop. We have arrived at Walmart. I got 2 bags of chips Fritos and Lay's Dash, paper plates for myself, and kiwis. Last edit, February 9, 2024 at 9:18. Satan and his agents got me fired from my job. Why God would allow me to be deceived into thinking I was already married to Maggie after asking for clear guidance from him is anyone's guess. The Maggie voice that said entries was a familiar spirit. I was obviously prophesying according to my idols. As of Monday, September 8, 2024, I'm halting doing my journal at all anymore unless something That is, Lord's Day, September 8th. My watch is 1 day fast.
Match.
Brent's Diaries Phase 2 Diary 2, Brent's Diary 37. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 10, 2024 at 4:22 p.m. Post by admin on February 10, 2024 at 4:22 p.m. 02.10. Sabbath. 12:06 a.m. CDT. I'm here at IHOP. I had a double cheeseburger and onion rings and water. I bought The Force Awakens but Rick wasn't interested in watching it tonight. 6:04 p.m. CDT. I deleted all the internet history off of my laptop's browsers and my phone. I continued my remedial arithmetic placement test in my remedial arithmetic book this morning. I just tried a few problems. Then I took a nap. I got a flash drive in the mail from 70 Jim Noland, with some of his PowerPoint presentations, one of which I read with great interest, and an invitation to come to tomorrow's Joseph Smith Was Not a Mormon class. This is my second flash drive in as many days that I now own. Lord willing, I will go tomorrow, then have someone drop me off at Rick's to watch the rest of the Super Bowl. Church has first priority. I watched about half of The Force Awakens today on DVD and on YouTube. I put every web browser on my laptop and yesterday my phone on my Brent SOHLDEN YouTube account. Last edit, February 25, 2024 at 1:38 a.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 11, 2024 at 5:38 a.m. via mobile. Post by admin on February 11, 2024 at 5:38 a.m. 02.11. Lord's Day. I'm expecting 2 more packages. The Case for Faith by Lee Strobel through Sue Moon, which I will pay for at the bookstore. And The Last Renshai Trilogy. Sent by my dad through the mail to me. I want to read Foundation's Edge to Dad over the phone. Hopefully when he calls me back, I can. There was a sermon on What Time Is It by Elder Bohol at church today, followed by a potluck. Then Von B took me to Casey's, where I purchased a bag of ice. Then I went to Barbara's birthday party at Pastor Pete's church, then walked home. I fed the cat. Tonight Howard Cuss is taking me to Brother Jim Nolan's class, then dropping me off at Rick's to watch the rest of the Super Bowl. Now I will take a nap. 5:08 p.m. CDT. That called. He is not interested in me reading any novels to him unless they are in a foreign language. His best friend is going blind. The Renshai books should be here by Wednesday. It's almost time to go to church. 5:32 p.m. CDT. I'm sitting out here on my front porch waiting for Howard Company. He is here. 5:34 p.m. CDT. We're about to turn onto Outer Belt Road and we are now on it. The road that, Lord willing, ultimately leads eventually to the Super Bowl. 5:54 p.m. CDT. I'm at the Bait City Restoration Branch. Brother Jim and I had a small debate about what day the Sabbath was. I spoke my piece and shut up. I told him my reasons, and he told me his. He thinks that we have our Saturdays and our Sundays backwards in America, Israel, and China, and our Sundays in America are actually Saturdays. I have knowledge and experience against that theory. Prayer. Frank Fry wrote a pamphlet called Joseph Smith Was Not a Mormon. 70 Jim Nolan asked his permission to add some things to it and make a video of it. For I the Lord delight in the chastity of women. Jacob, Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon has 7 references against polygyny. Mosiah 7:1-4 ILDS The king did not walk in the ways of the Lord, and he had many wives and concubines. June 27, 1844, Joseph Smith was assassinated in Carthage jail. In 1847, 3 years after Joseph Smith Jr. was assassinated, Brigham Young moved 142 men, 3 women, and 2 children to the Great Salt Lake Valley. Today Mormon apologists teach that back then which they say was the Lord's justification for polygamy. We enjoy the testimony of Sister Whitney Honing, who was excommunicated and expelled from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for listening to the Holy Spirit and following the truth wherever He led her. Where there's a will, there's an a. Commit to studying scriptures at least 3 minutes a day. Take notes. Brother Jim Nolan. Don't study at night lest you be too tired.
Where there's a will, there's an A.
Use a good dictionary concordances and 1828 Webster's Dictionary. On the way to Rick's, I told Brother Howard what I knew about the truth about the Nauvoo Temple. The Chiefs and the 49ers are tied 16-16. 9:21 p.m. CDT. We're tied 19-19. We are going into overtime for the second time there has been overtime in the history of the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift's Chiefs fiancé is Travis Kelce. We won by 3 points. The Kansas City Chiefs won Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, Nevada tonight. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. Cindy, Rick, me, Paul and Paul's girlfriend are here at IHOP. I'm having shrimp and water. Beverly was at Rick's house with all of us, but she went home. The food is here. Paul and his girlfriend prayed. It's delicious. 11:39 p.m. CDT. I ate 20 shrimp. They were very good. Rick, Cindy, and I discussed music and movies. Your Own Personal Jesus and Monitored by Dara Hall and John Oates were on the radio. In 2004, to celebrate the Detroit Pistons' victory over the LA Lakers 100-87 in the NBA Finals to win the championship, Larry Brown was coach and Chauncey Billups was named Finals MVP. Me, Dad and Dad's best friend Tony Alfaro went out to a restaurant at midnight. I had a large shrimp basket. Tonight that event in my life was mirrored by what I ate tonight to celebrate our victory over the Santa Fe 49ers 25-22, exactly 21 years later. I'm going home after IHOP, Lord willing, then charging my phone, and going on my laptop, then Lord willing Rick and Cindy will pick me up, Rick will drop Cindy off at her apartment, and Rick will take me back to his house. He needs to drop Paul and Paul's significant other and the Super Bowl party food off in Bed City, then he agreed to pick me up after that. When I got home, I put my phone on its charger, started updating my computer diary and the cat threw up twice and I cleaned it up and cleaned out his litter box, and washed my hands, and finished updating my journal. Last edit, February 15, 2024 at 4:35 a.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 12, 2024 at 7:49 a.m. via mobile. Post by admin on February 12, 2024 at 7:49 a.m. 02.12. Monday. AP 12:12. I messed up last night then later kicked my cat straight into the air accidentally so he flew backward, but God showed me favor by rewinding the clock back to 5:30 a.m. about instantly and the cat was fine. Then at 7:39 a.m. I let out an unearthly howl as God cast the demons out of me suddenly as I woke up. I need to show up for work today at 10 a.m. 11:03 a.m. I was in a terrible nightmare when Jesus took me back instantly 1 hour to 11 a.m., then instantly back 1 minute to 10:59 a.m. AP 13. Today I worked at the bookstore and looked at some pictures of nude women I should not have looked at in 2 books and was tempted by other books but they did not turn out to be lewd. Today at work I took pictures of many books from about 5 big boxes and sent them in text to Sue's phone so she can list them online. Last edit, February 13, 2024 at 1:56 a.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 13, 2024 at 2:12 a.m. Post by admin on February 13, 2024 at 2:12 a.m. 02.13. Tuesday. I took some notes on some of Joseph Smith's Meteor public teachings, and printed them out, and called HP Tech Support because I thought my printer wasn't working, but I was just off the internet, but HP Tech Support smart friend was able to help me stay online. If I have any more problems staying online, I can call Xfinity Comcast. Now I'm just doing normal stuff on my computer. HP said it often helps to unplug and replug in my router when I have internet connectivity problems, which I keep not keeping in mind, but which I will try next time. I'm going to make a doctrine and covenants in a binder or binders. It will start with lectures on faith and LDC 130 and LDC 110 will be corrected, and it will not have 132 or Brigham Young's revelation, which was false, and will stop at RDC 146. After RDC 146 I will include the revelations of the Jubilees, Remnant, Elijah Message and finally the Joseph Frederick Smith and Mauricio Brazil USA Alliance revelations that I have and can find, and the unpublished W. Wallace Smith revelation. 107, 109 and 110 of the RDC will be in their proper place before RDC 111, and RDC 108 will be in the back as the appendix to the Lord's commandments. Last edit, February 13, 2024 at 2:13 a.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 14, 2024 at 2:03 a.m. Post by admin on February 14, 2024 at 2:03 a.m. 02.14. Wednesday. 2:02 a.m. I couldn't sleep tonight and I slept all day yesterday. 8:38 p.m. I slept most of the day until about 6:30 p.m. when I went to Pastor Pete's church to listen to the discussion led by Troy, and Beverly drove Cindy, Rick and I to McDonald's with Barbara after Troy drove me to Rick's house. There was a shooting in Kansas City today after the parade at Union Station. 22 people were shot, including 9 children and so far 1 dead. Doubtless they are going to use this incident as an excuse to enact stricter gun control laws as they always do. It's terrible what happened, but stricter gun control laws is never the solution. Education is the solution. And kids need fathers or father figures in their lives that will teach them how to behave and act in society. Last edit, February 14, 2024 at 8:45 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post 542. February 15, 2024 at 4:09 a.m. Post by admin on February 15, 2024 at 4:09 a.m. 02.15. Thursday. 4:06 a.m. Rick's house, Oak Grove, Missouri. I watched a little of The Force Awakens on YouTube up to the Kylo Ren unmasking/interrogation of Rey/Rey uses the Force for the first time scene, and gained a new appreciation for The Force Awakens tonight. Tonight/today I wrote and Crush posted on 3 websites a large addition to the Return of the Jedi humorous version and notified Ark and Yubasu about it. I watched Godfell tonight twice, once on the 5 and once on his own late night program, and some CNN and some MSNBC. Rick is going through his mail right now. I read from The Case for Faith and Know God by His Name by Rabbi Schneider. I'd better save my progress on my journal before I run out of battery on my phone because I'm tethering off it and the battery is low. 5:43 a.m. CDT, my apartment, Oak Grove, Missouri. My cat is loving on me, hugging my left hand with his front paws, rubbing his face and head all over it and licking it by my computer on my dining area table. Train goes by, heading east toward Bait City. I'm about to clean the litter box. Over at Rick's I had helped Rick clean out Feisty and Bootsy's litter boxes. Yesterday at the library, Teddy and I attempted to report my Medicaid insurance to Medicare as supplemental insurance, but we were given the runaround. The number said to use the website and the website said to call the number, so we decided to leave the matter alone unless they tell me something's wrong, or bills are not getting paid or something. She heard Hemlock Nuts play on YouTube and I left it playing for her as I went into Casey's to grab 2 liters of Coca-Cola Classic. Discord is buzzing periodically. I will check it now to see if I have any messages. Last edit, February 15, 2024 at 5:53 a.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post 542. February 16, 2024 at 11:49 p.m. via mobile. Post by admin on February 16, 2024 at 11:49 p.m. 02.16. Friday. 11:37 p.m. my apartment, Oak Grove, Missouri. Yesterday I worked at the bookstore where I helped Mrs. Sue take a couple boxes out of the boiler room and took pictures of many books from about 4 or 5 boxes. Today I wanted to go to work, but Mrs. Sue told me when I called her that I couldn't come in due to the snow on the ground. I got a turkey wrap today for lunch and made macaroni and cheese on my stovetop for supper. I spent a lot of time until about 4 p.m. writing a fictional diary where I go to another Earth today. I took 2 showers today, one in the AM and one in the PM. I watched all of Last Jedi on DVD on my big screen TV and part of Avengers, Civil War on Disney Plus on my phone, and watched and listened to Yeshua by Dr. Oswald Hoffman on YouTube on my PC today. I'm going to continue reading West from Singapore by Louis L'Amour now. I am not reading the last Renshai series. It doesn't line up with my religious beliefs. I cannot add that to the gospel of Christ, the creator of stupendously vast universes and captain of my soul. Yesterday I spent some time after work typing diaries, 2 factual and 1 fictional. Yesterday I finished The Force Awakens on DVD on my big screen TV, fast forwarding the DVD to where I left off from on my license 15.00 YouTube copy. I said my second prayer for deliverance from evil, from the evil one, and from my addiction at 9:52 p.m., a couple hours after I got home from church. When I got home from church, I cleaned the cat box. The cat puked up most of his food today in 2 big pukes, which I deftly cleaned up, then gave him half a can of cat food instead of a full can to replace the lunch he essentially had lost all of, which had been a full can, all at once. Last edit, February 25, 2024 at 9:56 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post 542. February 17, 2024 at 3:07 a.m. via mobile.
One more to go.
Post by admin on February 17, 2024 at 3:07 a.m. 02.17. Sabbath. EBTFS 494.56. I kissed Gandalf on his cheek and he kissed me back on my cheek. He loves me. He turned himself onto his back, exposing his belly. He completely trusts me. He's lying here on my dining area table by my PC. What Caused the First Crusade by Centerplace is on YouTube on my PC as I listen to the adventures of Tom Sawyer in Spanish on my new language learning app. I wrote my story yesterday on Diarylog Site 3, to which there is a link in the Other Diary Sites section of this website, Nujanos Brent 2. I am continuing The Case for Faith by Lee Strobel tonight, then going to bed. I played some Spanish vocabulary games against real opponents and I'm taking some Russian Duolingo lessons before I read Case for Faith tonight. Yesterday I made a new start in my life. I delight in the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. If there be no rainbows this year, I will keep my eye on the eastern sky, for we know not the day nor the hour. The Euphrates is drying up, but that may take several years yet. Do not let your kids play Duo ABC, for it is evil and demonic. Duolingo, however, its parent app is fine as far as I can tell. I'm going to read more The Case for Faith and go to bed. EBTFS 489.27. 1:10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I am watching the Community of Christ theologian, historian, philosopher Centerplace from Canada give a lecture on YouTube called The Historical Apostles. I messed up last night and early this morning, then connected my debit card to Cash App and invited some of my contacts to Cash App, then started playing a cash game of downloading, installing and playing games to earn points for cash, and downloaded and installed a bunch of games I saw on ads, and have been playing Word Farm Adventure, word game for hours to earn coin to add up to Word Cash Out. I downloaded and installed Win Cash Game app and I'm now playing Domino Dreams for more coin to continue to cash an app game Cash Out, and I'm more than halfway to $1, so it says. Last edit, February 17, 2024 at 1:34 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post 542. February 18, 2024 at 4:11 a.m. Post by admin on February 18, 2024 at 4:11 a.m. 02.18. Lord's Day. 4:04 a.m. CDT Rick's house, Oak Grove, Missouri. I came here around 10 p.m. I finished the diary of Marjorie Fleming, who lived in the 1800s and died before she was 10 years old. I'm watching How Constantine Changed History by Centerplace on YouTube. I'm about to watch Star Wars 4, A New Hope. Admin. Administrator. Post 542. February 19, 2024 at 1:29 a.m. Post by admin on February 19, 2024 at 1:29 a.m. 02.19. Monday. 1:09 a.m. My apartment, Oak Grove, Missouri. I got home around 7 a.m. yesterday after sleeping about 4 hours at Rick's and writing in my journal and watching Alanis Morissette in concert on PBS and listening to and halfway paying attention to Star Wars 4 and Centerplace until my phone shut down, out of battery. I slept all day yesterday as Jay worked outside and a little outside my window. My cat slept on me and by me most of the day. I played and uninstalled several video games, convicted that I shouldn't be playing them by the Book of Mormon, and watched Jimmy Swaggart on my SBN Now app after watching Donnie Swaggart on it the other day. I misplaced my doorbell apparatus and plugged it back in at night when I found it behind my laptop. I uninstalled my cash chasing game, but I'm keeping Atlas Earth because it is guaranteed to eventually be profitable. I have not uninstalled Word Farm yet unless that one gets Oogie Boogie heebie-jeebies like Domino Dreams did. But I will uninstall it because it's made by the same company and I'm sure it will. I uninstalled Acorn TV. I didn't mean to install Sniper Siege, I had just played the ad, now I uninstalled it. I uninstalled Sundance Now app. I uninstalled Win Cash, which looks pretty potentially heebie-jeebie. Finally, I uninstalled Word Connect. Satan devised every scheme imaginable to snare God's chosen, zeroed in on you. If you have Christian parents, you better thank your God, Jimmy Swaggart.
Yes.
Admin. Administrator. Post 542. February 20th, 2024 at 4:32 a.m. Post by admin on February 20th, 2024 at 4:32 a.m. 02.20. Tuesday. 4:15 a.m. My apartment, Oak Grove, Missouri. The Bad Batch Season 3 starts today, I believe. I wonder if Pastor Pete is back in town yet. I typed a bit of John Kenneth Galbraith's journal. Gandalf is sleeping on top of my love seat, on the right side of it. I slept most of the day yesterday, getting up to go to work and Sonic, then going back to bed again. At work, I took a bunch of pictures of books from 2 boxes, going in around 4:30 and going to Sonic around 6 p.m., and brought it home to eat. At work I had to delete a lot of text and pictures of books off my phone before I could send any pics of books to Mrs. Sue. She sent me a test text that said test to make sure that I could send them to her. I slept most of last night, getting up to stream Mola and Ryan and Thierry on the crew, which I'm still doing, but I slept for a while before I got back up this morning around 4:15 a.m. Now I will read scriptures. 8:09 p.m. CDT at 2:30 p.m. I finally read scriptures after trying to find pornography on my phone all night and finding nothing but prurience, and then sleeping for a while. I read a little of Genesis 8 and 9 in the inspired version, slowly, in bed. Then I slept, then got up and rode my bike to McDonald's, then walked to the bank, where I paid my rent and started getting my checkbook balanced, which I continued balancing at McDonald's. Then I calculated all my expenditures, found they nearly cancelled out what I made, and cancelled about 4 subscriptions and dropped my data plan on my phone. Then I went home, put my coat, hat and gloves on, and biked to Rick's where he listened to this 37th volume of Brent's Diary Phase 2. I have data on my phone until tomorrow, when it will be cut off, so right now I'm tethering off my phone at Rick's. I cannot get cable on my TV lest a witch install it. To this day I have not abused my TV. Next month I must refrain from going out to eat. I threw out my now non-functioning keyboard piano in the dumpster before biking to Rick's tonight. It is 8:21 p.m. I need to start tidying again. I need to trust God more than in my finances. Rick was exposed to hemlock nuts and we looked up stuff on Rick's laptop. I went on TF.N for a while. TBBS 3 drops tomorrow on Disney+. I'm going on TF.N for a while again and leaving Rick's house at 11:30 p.m. John Hamer is Center Place, YouTube channel. He is a 70 in the Community of Christ and he is in Canada. Last edit, February 20th, 2024 at 11:14 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 21st, 2024 at 9:28 p.m. Post by admin on February 21st, 2024 at 9:28 p.m. 02-21. Wednesday. Dear Diary, today I went to Pastor Pete's church because I couldn't get a ride to my church. His sermon was on the true vine and fruitfulness. I made my first Patreon video last night and I'm publishing it today. We did not go out to eat today after church because my friend Rick's car is down. Teddy took me to the library about 1:40 p.m. and we went over some Medicare stuff and we watched the first several minutes of The Mandalorian S3X1. She says she needs to reconnect Disney Plus on her phone so she can watch the rest herself. When I asked her what she thought of it so far, she said she was hooked. I wonder how the Acolyte will turn out. Last night I reacted to the first 2 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 3, which reaction I'm uploading to Patreon now as we speak. I read from Genesis 9:8-13:15, which took me about 35 minutes, before I got online tonight. Before I watch The Rise of Skywalker on DVD tonight and react to it for Patreon, I read about another half hour of scriptures, probably continuing the inspired version of Genesis from chapter 14 on. I read the book of Joshua chapters 1-2. Last edit, February 21st, 2024 at 10:39 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 22nd, 2024 at 1:39 a.m. Post by admin on February 22nd, 2024 at 1:39 a.m. 02-22. Thursday. After some spiritual warfare, I saw the image of Jesus Christ in stark white as he appeared on the Shroud of Turin appear over my bed around 1:35 a.m. I said, "Thank you, God," lifting my arms to him. Despite this morning's theophany, I looked at and read lewd books for hours today. After that, an evil voice pretending to be God told me Maggie doesn't like me that way, that she was never the one for me, that God will bring a woman into my life, that I am not alone, that every young man struggles with my problem, that he is always with me as long as I abide in him, to just keep getting up. I afterwards found it not to be God when I considered the evidence for Maggie's love for me and presence in my apartment from time to time when I'm not here, and God corrected me and said that was not his voice. At work today I took pictures of 2 boxes of books. Bobby gave me chicken strips from Sonic and I ate them. I messed up most of the day today before taking a shower and resolving never to look at porn or self-pleasure again. I made a Patreon video where I read Joshua 1:1-13 and another Patreon video where I reacted to S3X3 of the Bad Batch. I am uploading that 3rd Patreon video as we speak. It was almost uploaded, but it was a fail because the screen was blacked out. I don't know how other people do it and show the picture. I wrote a little more of my Volume 37 Diary Phase 2 book, to the end of February 15, 2024. My cat is sleeping behind my open laptop on top of my dining area table. Last edit, February 22, 2024 at 9:49 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 23, 2024 at 12:45 p.m. Post by admin on February 23, 2024 at 12:45 p.m. 02.23. Friday. EBTFS 656.65 bookstore credit 492.56. Today I'm going to Pete's house. I'm leaving my laptop home. Last night I let my cat out for a bit and he returned to me, so I watched the movie Woodlawn to honor God and celebrate Gandalf's return to me. I turned my heater off the other day. Today is a warm day, the sun is shining, and God reigns. EBTFS 651.66. Pastor Pete and I watched the Bad Batch S3X1-3 and he offered me a Diet Mountain Dew and Cheetos and I said no to both and I ate chicken and rice soup and cheese crackers in it and orange juice and water instead. When I got home I took a nap and listened to and understood most of the entire KJV of the Book of Revelation and Center Place after that talking about the 10 Commandments. Then I watched Clone Wars, Overlords and then Wall-E and 3 episodes of Forces of Destiny. Now soon Lord willing me Joe's sister possibly going out to IHOP for drinks tonight. Last edit, February 25, 2024 at 12:24 a.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 25, 2024 at 12:23 a.m. Post by admin on February 25, 2024 at 12:23 a.m. 02.24. Sabbath. God told me the truth about the godly girl who lives in Bait City. She's not Maggie but she does like me and has been pursuing me though she has not yet contacted me. Maggie Savoy is the wife of Ben Kirkman and she has 2 children with him. Now I'm happy, and I'll take this new girl I found in Bait City that one night and day I fled my house in fear and asked God where he wanted me to go after being driven by demons for hours. I wound up at this single girl's house. She's in her 20s. I don't know anything else about her but she's been to my apartment when I'm not here and taken showers in my shower, and taken some of my books to read, and made other alterations to my apartment. There are 2 Maggie Savoys. One lives in Colorado with Ben, her husband. She is from Corona, Michigan. The other lives in Bait City. She is from Flint, Michigan. She does love me. Proof, this led to me getting rid of Raid Shadow Legends, a bad game for me to have downloaded again and played. My download screen on the code generator website wasn't working so I called HP Smart Friend Tech Support and a man helped me by getting rid of junk temp files that are worthless and doing a system restore to before I re-downloaded RAID. Then a voice said, "Stay off raid. I'm not going to warn you again. It is witchcraft." Then downloads page worked just fine and I was able to counter that bad intel above, at the top of this entry, with a meme. Yesterday night, that is, Friday night, my friends and I went out for drinks and socialization at IHOP. That night I fell, but I got back up in the morning, determined not to fall again. I slept most of yesterday, getting up around 4 p.m. to play Minecraft with two friends, a new friend and an old friend, on my friend Russell's Minecraft server, and to talk to Ian, and now at 12:22 a.m. I talk to Ark and I do close my entry to start a new one for Lord's Day. Last edit, February 25th, 2024 at 3:29 a.m. by admin.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's important. Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong. When I said, I don't know if she said anything else about it, apart when she said you took shit out. Now I'm happy. They used to his wife from Kirkman. Now I'm happy. Take this new girl from Foundry City. And amazing. Everything what you said is wrong. Yeah. So. Crap me off, fellow. No. Great. Where's the Waffle House? Okay. 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 Bye. Okay. little longer to go until he gets here. So. Excuse me. Nice. I didn't know I had him. Trade him. Nice. Conquer! Win conquer. Maybe win conquer. It hasn't been. Vanguard. Nice. Pinky. Nice. I'm gonna start with Chevalier, Chevrolet, Ford, Lamborghini. Tiffany's Marshall. It's a Shredder. That's a Shredder. Vanguard, Pinkeeper. Who's this guy? Profess. Okay. I know I have it. It's still a true cloth. I have a true cloth guy. Who's this guy? Trapper. Here's Twinkball. Here's Twinkball. Who's this guy? Trillac. Oh, so many guys in the Okay. No. Yes. Spring offer. Here's the offer in springtime. Here's the offer in springtime. Oh. Here's the offer in springtime. Oh. Here's the offer in springtime. Oh. Here's the offer in springtime. Here's the offer in springtime. Wonder what we're now. Wonder what we're now. Wonder what we're now. Best news you ever. Oh, right there. Oh, well, oh, yeah, two things like this. Half. Don't Don't Two again. Maybe we are something like that. Sure. No, sometime. We can check. Day 37. 38.
Brent's Diary Phase 2 Volume 38, Diary 3. Admin. Administrator. Post 542. February 28, 2024 at 11:29 p.m. Post by admin on February 28, 2024 at 11:29 p.m. 02.28. Wednesday. I slept most of today and missed ILDS church, so I bundled up and came over to Pastor Pete's church at 6:28 p.m. After church, Rick, Cindy, Paul and I are going out to Wendy's where I would just have lemonade. I think I want to try a different flavor besides mango lemonade tonight. I saw a rainbow on my phone in a vision. I talked to Maggie for real in my mind today before church. She told me I needed to go to church and she would not be there, but I needed to go and she'd see me soon. Prayer. Let's say you want to spark up a conversation and you are by a horse and you say you know there are horses in the Bible. You know Jesus has a horse. The white horse. There are a lot of things like that that can spark conversations. Jesus used a grapevine. If any branch bears not fruit and do not remain in him, he cuts them off and they are burnt in the oven. This is not like the first verse where when one in him is not bearing fruit and he lifts them up so he can bear fruit. This is different. We will stand before the Lord. Having such a great salvation, we will have to give an account of what we did with it, how we used our spiritual gifts. He's really jumping through hoops trying to establish the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. He does not believe that one who is cut off was ever truly connected to the vine in the first place. He believes that Judas just hung around with Jesus and was never really of the true vine. He believes when we stand before Jesus at the judgment seat of Christ, Bema, we can only just lose rewards and not go to hell if we were ever truly in the vine. Pastors who teach this doctrine go to hell all the time. I hope and pray Pastor Pete reads and prays over the book of Doctrine and Covenants that I gave him earlier this week, or last. I fear exceedingly for Pastor Pete's soul because he is ravished by the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which will damn him if he repents not. 7:34 p.m. CDT. We are on our way to Wendy's. The Wi-Fi at Wendy's is so terrible that I can't do anything on it at all, so I am writing in my diary offline on an OpenOffice document. I need to get back into reading the scriptures. I have a lot of books to read at home also. We are getting our government money a couple of days early because it is a leap year. Didn't we just have one of those? While time is flying. I'm having 1 cup of original lemonade and Wendy's fries that Rick ordered me. I am very thankful to God and Rick for these fries and this lemonade. I don't celebrate Lent or Ash Wednesday and I don't eat punchskis. The reason is that in the Middle Ages you couldn't buy, sell or trade unless you had the mark of the Ashen Cross on your forehead. And the Catholic Church was Antichrist and persecuted the humble followers of Christ, yoking them down with a yoke of iron. The Ashen Cross was literally, and still might be, the mark of the beast, or one form of it. 8:22 p.m. CDT. I'm done with my fries. And I just have a little lemonade left, after which I will have water since there are no free refills on the lemonade. I tried playing Albion, updating my journal, going on Disney Plus to see if the Bad Batch S3X4 is out yet, and going on theforce.net, all to no avail. I was able to open up a Firefox browser however. I'll try to get something done on Firefox browser with Wendy's Wi-Fi so using it won't be a waste. I went to the front desk and they said they don't have store Wi-Fi. Oh, well. For a while now, I have eliminated soda pop from my diet completely, drinking milk, juice and water instead. 9:11 p.m. CDT. I had 1 small cup of water. I gave up on being on my laptop and talked to Cindy and Rick about movies and TV shows. A rock song by America came on the radio and I stated that I would never go to a rock concert. Cindy asked if I would go to Casting Crowns. I said of course, that's different. That's Christian. Then we started listening to Christian music for a while on Cindy's phone. Last edit, February 28, 2024 at 11:43 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post, 542. February 29, 2024 at 12:13 a.m. Post by admin on February 29, 2024 at 12:13 a.m. 02.29. Thursday. When I got home I cleaned the cat box, wrote in my journal, and watched the Bad Batch S3X4, a different approach, and will watch the Clone Wars S1X1, Ambush Now. TBB S3X4 was very good and featured a joyful reunion. I paid my bills and got my taxes done, and came home and cleaned the cat box. Last edit, February 29, 2024 at 4:49 p.m. by admin. Admin. Administrator. Post 542. March 1st 2024 at 4:30 p.m. Post by admin on March 1st 2024 at 4:30 p.m. March 1st. Friday. Teddy took me to Walmart and I bought Temptations dry cat food, 2 big tidy cat litters, supplements and picked up my meds. When I got home I changed the cat box cat litter, took out the trash and fed Gandalf dry food. 9:34 p.m. I found out from a YouTube video that put my concerns about the Chosen series to rest. The day after I watched another video on YouTube that put my concerns about Tucker Carlson to rest, that I need to stop trying to be a people pleaser and stop needing validation from others, that this leads to my addiction, and that I need to replace my lustful habits with scriptures. After